Hey loves, thank you for tuning into my channel. So today's video, I want to talk to you about burnout. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm an entrepreneur, and I feel like I've been able to avoid burnout on many occasions. However, I do feel like there's points where I can feel it coming on. So I thought it would be good to have a conversation with you all about burnout, talk about what burnout is, and a little bit of how it can feel, some of my personal experiences with burnout, and what you can do to prevent burnout and stress, because it is not fun. Now, if you're someone who is an overachiever, constantly trying to excel and supersede your goals, you're always striving to be the best at what you do, really good at multitasking, always juggling several things at one time, then it's very likely that you're highly susceptible to experiencing burnout. I am a work from home mompreneur, and I'm constantly making decisions, and for me, that's ultimately where my burnout lies. Every decision that needs to be made, from what I'm going to write, what my photography is going to look like, the actual photography that I do, filming of the videos, the editing of the videos, the comments on my posts, what I'm going to post on social media, the editing of the social media, and answering emails from potential businesses that want to work with me and people that want to work with me. Lots of decision making. And then in the midst of all of that going on, I have my children with me, and of course, because they're 3 and 5 years old, they need me to give them answers for everything, every single thing. It can be very stressful when you have a lifestyle that's like that. So what is burnout? According to Psychology Today, burnout is a state of chronic stress that leads to physical and emotional exhaustion, cynicism and detachment, and feelings of ineffectiveness and lack of accomplishment. Some of the signs of physical and emotional exhaustion include chronic fatigue, insomnia, forgetfulness, impaired concentration and attention, physical symptoms such as chest pains and shortness of breath, dizziness, headaches, also increased illness, loss of appetite, anxiety, depression, and anger. For me, my burnout usually shows up in the sense of anger. I would probably say like 9 out of 10 times it shows up in anger, because I'm doing all my work on the computer, so I'm having conversations with people, but they're all written. They're either text or written. So most of my verbal communication is with children. When I finally do get to speak to someone after having such a long day, I don't always sound as happy as I should. I've also recognized that after a full day of constant decision making with my business and with my children, when my husband comes home and he starts asking me questions to now make decisions for him, I explode. And it can come out as a full-on attitude. It can come on as like borderline sarcasm, like, do you really need me to answer that for you? I've been making all of these decisions all day as it relates to business and all day as it relates to the kids. Now, you should be the one person who doesn't require me to make a decision at all, because you clearly can, you know, figure it out. I don't know what it is with husbands, but I feel like sometimes there's this sense of self-doubt, and it could possibly be that we as wives put that self-doubt in them. We often do like we know how to do it best thing. It makes the person feel like they need to get your approval before they do it, because they don't want to mess it up or not do it up to your standard. So that could definitely be it, why, you know, husbands may do that. But it drives me crazy. And I also find myself getting really annoyed with things that my children will do. I don't really suffer from headaches. I don't suffer from any type of like physical dizziness or anything like that. The fatigue is also something that I think I experience as well, because when I'm really, really working hard, it doesn't matter if I get normal amount of sleep. I wake up so tired. It's not like I didn't get a good amount of sleep. I'm just exhausted, mentally exhausted. I wouldn't say that I get insomnia. I generally go to sleep very well. Loss of appetite, I have no problems with that. As far as forgetfulness and impaired concentration for attention, that I do find that I experience when I'm really stressed out. I don't always remember the things that I'm being told. And sometimes they're important things. In the moment, I remember it and I honestly feel like I'm receiving it. Then later, when it's time to like utilize it, or when I'm supposed to be remembering whatever it is, I don't. As far as increased illness, that doesn't show up as one of my symptoms of being burnt out. I don't really get sick, like hardly ever. Anxiety and depression, no, that's not my thing. There's lots of different ways that you can address burnout. Some ways that really, really work for me in helping me. As a work from home mompreneur, I have to find the time to turn off. There's definitely times when it's difficult to turn off because I have deadlines to meet and I have things that need to get done. And I know that the next couple of days I may be busy and preoccupied with family stuff that will not allow me to get work done. So I try to do it all just to get it out of the way. It's a thin line between work and enjoyment on social media for me, because I grew up on social media. 2003 is when I got on Facebook. So it's been about like 14, 15 years. Half of those years I've been on it for business. So you can see what I mean. The other thing that I do that helps me with my burnout is I just remove myself from family stuff and I just hide out. We have a 2-level home. My office is on our main level. We have an upstairs where my bedroom is. I will go upstairs into the bedroom, close the door, and I'll tell the hubby I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just be upstairs. And I'll usually take like a snack. I'll take like my kettle corn popcorn, water, or some pink lemonade, and I will go through my DVR and I'll watch like 1 or 2 or 3 shows in my DVR, which is about 3 hours, and I'll just have that time to me. No kids, no thinking about anything, no answering questions, no hearing mommy, mommy, mommy. Another way that I deal with burnout is I go out and I do things by myself. Now, if you're a mom, you totally understand the value in what I'm saying right now. The idea that I can go and do multiple things, like pick up the groceries, go to the pharmacy, get someone's prescription, maybe I need to go to the post office or something, like being able to do those things just quickly, bang, 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 banging them out, it really, really helps, especially if you're a mom. If you're not a mom, then obviously running errands may not be a good way for you to relieve your burnout. Another thing that helps me with my burnout is obviously doing things for me. I talked about this before in a podcast about putting myself at the top of my to-do list, but it's true. If you didn't hear that podcast, I'll share it with you now. Basically, put yourself at the top of your to-do list. Stop making this big long list of everything that you need to do for work and for everyone else, and put you at the top. So whatever that thing is for you. For me, it's often like my workout, my personal grooming. I like to get my underarms waxed. I like to get my nails and my toes done. I'll go to take myself for lunch if I'm doing it on the weekend, or I'll like treat myself to some type of like dessert, or maybe I'll hit up Starbucks and get my favorite drink, or even go to like dinner by myself, you know, if I'm doing it in the evening. I've hired a cleaning lady. I was very blessed to find someone that I knew. She really does an amazing job. And knowing that I have someone coming in once a month to take care of that type of stuff takes a huge stressor off of my back. I actually got the suggestion from my lawyer, Demetra Liggins, who is also a podcaster. She's one of the 2 co-hosts for the podcast, The Corporate Homie. And she shared getting someone to clean your house is a great way for you to, you know, give back to yourself and do something that you need and give yourself more time to do other things. And it was one of the best best advice that I've ever gotten. I used to think I needed to be able to do that. Like, there's no reason why I can't clean my own house. And yeah, there is a reason why I can't clean my own house. And that's because I'm so busy working, doing so much that I just don't have the same level of time that I once had before when I was not an entrepreneur. Not to say that only entrepreneurs have a reason not to clean their house. I think that any person who has a job at all, because we don't live now in a society where only the men go out, we're both going out. And unfortunately, childcare and child raising is disproportionately in our relationship. And because of the shift that my husband works and the fact that I'm available to be home, I do a lot more of the child raising and parenting because I'm here. It just makes sense. I'm here more. So with that being said, having someone come in to help us has just been a blessing. And when she's done and we look at the house and we walk around the house, it feels so good to see it so spotless. We know in 3 weeks it will look like this again. So that's how I relieve my burnout. I would love for you to share your experiences with burnout and stress, how you deal with them, and anything you want to offer me and anyone else, please do so in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk it up. Let's share and let's be real, okay? So please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And as always, I love you for watching. Bye.